3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Film Nerds Podcast.
Ooh.
We are filming this a little into the night.
A little into the night, yeah.
Yeah, it's 10:20.
10:20.
Yeah.
Which is past my bedtime.
It's past my bedtime.
Yeah.
Not close to my bedtime.
But yeah, so we're kicking it with September 2019 movies.
Yes.
Yeah. Which was not a bad month.
Not a bad month.
Some pretty damn good ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From all the movies I've seen, I think this is the worst month.
Damn.
Really? Okay.
Just merely from the ones I saw.
Oh.
And I saw 3 movies, so... But in total, I think this is probably the worst scoring month for me.
For you? Oof.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I still think it's pretty hard to beat January. But...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, January was rough. But there was a lot of movies.
Brutal.
Yeah. Back when the highest rating that any movie got was a 7.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so let's just jump into it. So
Yes.
I think we're going to start this podcast off with talking about the Goldfinch.
All right.
I was the only one who saw that Goldfinch.
Let's hear it.
Oh God, it was so boring. Like I didn't really when I first saw the trailer, I was like, that looks like a good movie. I'll go watch it. The second time I watched the trailer, I was like, I don't know. And then the third time, I was like, this doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
And then the reviews came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was shockingly terrible.
Harsh.
Yeah.
Well, because I think even if the advertising didn't make the movie look good, I feel like the trailers themselves were good.
They're
And so
pretty
I
good.
was,
They're pretty quality. But I don't know. The more and more I saw the trailers, it just seemed like what they were putting in the trailers was it.
It Chapter 2?
No. But like that was all the movie was going to be, and then like that was the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
And it was.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just boring. I mean,
What's it actually about? Because
Okay,
I still
okay. Oh, yeah, let's
every trailer
get into the
makes
plot.
it kind of seem like a different plot.
so spoilers ahead. I mean, this is spoiler warning for the whole podcast in general.
Yes,
Yeah.
we always forget to do that part.
Yeah. But so basically, the Goldfinch is about a boy named Theo, and he went to a museum with his mom, and
She gets blown up.
Yeah,
right?
they get blown up. And so
You're laughing at a dead mother, Cameron.
she dies. He survives without a scratch, which I get that bombs are unpredictable.
Yeah.
But like,
He's the chosen one.
yeah, and so he wakes up and he goes over, and this guy is like, "Hey kid, here's my ring. Also, you should take that painting." So he does.
Oh.
And the painting is the Goldfinch. And so
Please tell me.
so then after that he gets like he's under temporary care of his friend and his family, and he really likes the family. It's a very nice spiffy family, and this whole thing takes place in New York, which I always thought it took place in London for some reason. Just the way it looked, I was like, this feels like London.
It has that kind of vibe.
Yeah. And so when they kept saying New York, I was like, oh, that's weird. I feel like they shot it in London. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't, but anyway, so yeah, they're like, yeah, we'll take care of you, and they're about to go on this like great family trip. And then his dad comes back and is like, hey kid, I want you. So
Oh my God.
so he takes him. His dad and Sarah Paulson take him to Las Vegas.
Okay.
And where his dad uses him for his various money schemes. And then he meets Finn Wolfhard,
Boris,
his best friend Boris, who's a Russian guy.
Oh.
Nice kid, into drugs, but nice kid.
It's always the good ones.
Always the good ones. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to explain this in a non-boring way.
No, but it's kind of like...
It's fun.
But okay,
We're on a journey.
So anyway, he still has the painting. No one knows that he has the painting. Before he goes to Las Vegas, he meets this really friendly man who owns
Jeffrey Wright?
Yeah, who owns an antique shop and is like he's a mentor. And anyway, so he goes to Las Vegas. His dad is using him for a bunch of money schemes. He meets his friend Boris, who's into drugs. And then eventually he's like no. Eventually he's like, no, I'm gonna go back to New York and live out my life. And so he takes himself in the painting and is like, Boris, come on. And then Boris is like, no. And then Boris kisses him.
Oh,
and then he's like, bye. And so he's like, all
like
right.
on the lips.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Boris likes him.
Yeah.
Okay. Likes him some Theo.
Yeah. Likes him some Theo. So anyway, he goes back and is like, all right. And then he works for the nice man at the antique shop. But then a bunch of years later, he's working for the antique shop and accidentally sells this guy an antique cabinet, saying that it is a purely antique cabinet, but it's actually like made of different pieces of different furniture, so it's not fully antique. It's like
oh my god, this sounds horrendous.
So the guy is like, hey, you fuck, I know you did this to me and I don't get bamboozled, but I know that you stole the Goldfinch painting.
Oh yeah, I've seen that fucker in the trailer. Yeah.
And so Ansel Elgort is like, what? No. But anyway, so then he meets up with Boris. They find each other, and Boris is like, cool, by the way, whenever we were drinking one night, I stole the painting. And he's like, what? And so he goes back and like looks, and it's just a book, and he's like, fuck. So Boris, he became a drug dealer and used the painting as collateral.
Oh, okay.
I'm going way too far.
No, this is intriguing.
Yeah, the 4-minute timer ended like a minute ago.
But so so Boris used it as collateral for a drug deal.
Okay.
But so Boris lost the painting.
Oh.
And so they go to Sweden to get the painting back.
All right.
And they do.
Okay.
And then the movie ends.
It just ends?
What?
Wait.
There's not really much resolution.
It just ends?
No, it doesn't just end there. But like, there's like a whole. I mean, there's like 20 other subplots that I didn't even go into.
Yeah.
But that's like the quote unquote point.
But like,
of
what's
the movie?
what's the
goal?
end? Like the actual like end.
I don't know. I was just waiting for the credits.
Oh, okay.
I was honestly like, please just end.
Did you say please tell me it isn't true?
He did. Because at one point, the mean guy who he sold the fake thing to came to the guy and was like, I know he has this painting. And he gets mad at him because he's like, it was a painting that was supposed to last forever and you lost it, you son of a bitch.
But who's to say it didn't just blow up in the bombing?
It's because, he knows because they didn't find like any trace, I guess. I don't know.
But it's a fucking bomb.
When the painting survived somehow. So.
But wouldn't any other art in there have been incinerated?
I guess. I don't know. It's a 3 out of 10.
That's ridiculous.
Yikes.
I'm sorry.
Please tell me.
Hopefully
it isn't true.
Hopefully I can edit that to make it sound more interesting.
But is that possible?
It's 2 hours.
In 29 minutes or something like that.
It's so long.
Yeah.
And I am like I was squirming in my chair so bad.
Yeah. I was gonna go, but then I heard from you that it was terrible, so I was like, I'm good.
The performances Roger Deakins did the cinematography, and that was great.
Yeah, and the guy who directed Brooklyn directed it.
Oh.
And
yeah. That was a
so much
sophomore
potential.
slump.
Yeah.
Sophomore slump, sir.
Who wrote it? That's what I want to know.
It's
it was
based on
some
a
goon.
book.
I forget his name, but it was like some guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's also not told in chronological order.
Oh, yay.
That's rancid.
I put it in chronological order, but it's not told. And there's really no point. It makes more sense if you just tell it in chronological order.
I know you took the painting, Paul.
I know you took the painting.
Please tell me.
Well, we should probably move on to a more interesting movie.
Yeah.
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Yeah.
I think Cameron does have a very much more interesting movie for us, though.
Cameron is going to talk about Luce.
All right.
I really wish I could see this.
Yeah,
So,
me too. I wanted
Luce.
But it never actually came here, did it? No, it was here for like a week.
It was here for like a week.
Dang.
And then it was like... I saw it in Tulsa.
Because, it's an indie movie, so no one saw it.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
an indie movie, so
No one gave a
theaters
shit.
were like, fuck you!
Fuck you, we need Endgame. Yep.
All
Alright, so Luce. This movie directed by this guy, Julius, I think his name is Julius Ona.
Julius Caesar.
And Julius Caesar. And it's actually his second movie. His first movie, was fucking Cloverfield Paradox on Netflix. But I watched a whole video about that. And
it was supposed to be completely different
and
movie.
they basically just like stole his movie away from him and
they're like, "It's
redid it at the
Cloverfield."
last second. So I don't really blame him for that.
So I don't know. I still think the movie is bad regardless of what happened. But anyway,
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, I've seen what his original version was going to be, and it was actually pretty cool.
Really?
Then JJ was like, we're doing Cloverfield. Thank you,
this
fucker.
is Cloverfield now.
He's like, oh. Yeah. But
anyway.
we're not talking about Cloverfield. We're talking about Luce.
Anyhow.
All right. So, Luce, it's kind of hard to describe. So, it's basically this movie with Naomi Watts, Tim Roth, Octavia Spencer, and Kelvin Harrison Jr. of It Comes at Night fame. And so there's basically like Octavia Spencer is the teacher, and she's like, she gives him an assignment. It's like, write like you are some historical figure. And he's, Luce is like a black kid, and he's adopted by the white parents, who are Naomi Watts and Tim Roth. And he was like adopted from like a war zone in like Uganda or something over there. So like Octavia's like, hey, write this paper. Then he writes it from like the standpoint of like a general over there who is like who like believes in genocide and shit. And then she's like, that is a little disturbing. Why would you write that? And then he's like, but I just did what you wanted to do. And then it causes like a whole like scandal, and then like shit starts popping off in this school, and it's just gets wild, and it's so good. Oh, I love it.
Yay!
It's just so well written. It's so well acted. It's so well paced. It's so well directed.
I'm glad.
It's just it's so fun. It's just not fun. Well, not really fun, but it's just really interesting to watch. Like the best way I can compare it to a movie, I compare it to Nightcrawler.
That made me so much more excited to see this.
Deep character study of people doing fucked up shit and possibly maybe getting away with it. You know? But like it's just it's so good, and the acting just across the board is just thank you. Everyone's just fantastic.
Don't they like start questioning whether he's mentally stable or not, and he's like, oh, this is just because I'm black. You're just taking a stereotype and then putting it onto something that has nothing to do with it.
There's a lot of stuff like that, and I saw it with my dad, and like it's really cool because like when we came out of the movie, we both had like completely different viewpoints on it. Like he was like, wow, that goon was crazy, and then I was like, well, I don't think so. I think Octavia Spencer was a bitch. You know, so but then it was. I think it's kind of like designed to
be that way.
It can be like you can view it from either way, and either way has enough.
Stylistically designed
it's
to be that
designed to be that way, and either way has enough to be right or wrong.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's great, and so yeah, I love this movie. It's one of my favorites I've seen so far this year, and I am giving this one a straight 9 out of 10.
I think that's the second.
The first
9
one,
we have gotten on any movie review. Yeah. The only 2 9s that we have are for that and for Sama. And it's because both of those movies were individual reviews.
Yeah.
I just can't wait till the day where we can actually like all give a movie a 9 or a 10 or something like that.
I hope it comes.
All right,
Let's talk about Judy.
Yeah.
Judy? Oh yeah, I was also the only one that saw this movie because you guys thought it was going to be bad, right?
Yeah, I think it looks like shite, but but my mom wants to see it, so I'm probably going to see it.
Michaela wants to see it, so I'll probably see it.
I'll probably talk about it on the next one.
Well, Michaela loves Judy Garland, right?
Yeah, but she's going to hate it.
The movie?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's based on
It's like a play, right?
It's based on a play that was not about Judy Garland, but they rewrote to fit Judy Garland into it. So it's not really very accurate of her life.
You won't forget me, will you?
Promise
you won't.
Oh, also, Michaela is Paul's girlfriend.
Yes.
For context.
Paul's GF.
Okay, I'll start.
All right.
So, I liked this movie, I think.
Oh.
That's basically... Because the thing is, I thought it was going to be good, unlike you guys. Yeah. But I saw it, and I really enjoyed every second I was in the theater. And then that night, I went home for a little bit to grab something, and my mom said, "Oh, how was the movie?" And I had completely forgotten that I saw the movie that day. Oh. And
oh wow,
I don't know if that's exactly a good sign.
It's not really a ringing endorsement.
I know, yeah. So, the plot. This movie is about Judy Garland, who was a person that lived once and then died. Yeah. She was, if you ever heard of this little indie movie called The Wizard of Oz, she played Dorothy in it. And she had a fantastic career, but not a not so fantastic personal life and mental health. Because the structure of the movie is, like, let's say 90% of it is her in the final months of her life on her tour of London, basically trying to revitalize her career so that she can make enough money to stay with her children. Because basically everyone in show business in America doesn't want to work with Judy Garland because she's really difficult to work with, shows up to stuff late and drunk all the time. But the reason she's so messed up is because of the 10% of the movie that focuses on her as a child. Well, not child, like, she's 15 years old, and she's filming The Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. And it shows you all of the messed up stuff that happened behind the scenes of that. Basically, they wouldn't allow her to eat certain foods, but they would, like... She talks about how, like, they were having a photo shoot with her and Mickey Rooney at one point, and they're trying to make it look like they're dating, and they're not even at a real diner, and they have hamburgers in front of them, but she is not allowed to eat them. She just has to make it look like she's eating it, but they don't want her to eat it. And they constantly, like, give her drugs. And when, like... Not like marijuana or stuff, but like stuff, performance-enhancing drugs, because she barely gets any sleep. And then they give her sleeping pills when she actually needs to sleep, and this totally messes with her head. And this is all like stuff that actually happened to Judy Garland, and it really messed up her mental health, and it kind of never recovered. Yeah. And so I think the movie, what frustrates me is I wish the movie focused more on her childhood, because those are the most interesting parts of the movie for me. The parts of her as an adult are good, but I think 90% of the reason they're good is because Renee Zellweger is so amazing in this movie. She literally, like, is Judy Garland, and I'd say...
What do you think, an Oscar nom for her? Or
probably. Yeah. I don't know. I'd say Lupita in Us is still my favorite performance of the year, but Renee Zellweger, I'd say easily Lupita. Top 3 performances of the year.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, she makes Judy such a relatable character, but also... She also plays to those little tics and annoyances that Judy did to people, where you can still be frustrated with her, but you still empathize with her. And so she just walks that line so perfectly. Also, Finn Wittrock is in this movie, and he's amazing. I just love him.
He's good.
He deserves to be more famous than he is.
Yes, he does. Incredibly underrated actor.
Yeah. And I liked the movie. I did. I enjoyed it, but it didn't really, like... leave an impact on me. It kind of does just like blend in with all of the other biopics about musicians.
That's what I was thinking.
But this one at least doesn't try to be fun like Rocket Man or Bohemian Rhapsody. It's more
somber.
It's much more somber and dedicated to like telling this sad story about this tragic celebrity. But yeah, I'd give it a 6.
All right.
Yeah.
6. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So, that's a 6 out of 10 for Judy.
Dudes.
Now, we will skedaddle on down Downton Abbey.
Yes.
Yeah.
With another review from Josh.
Yeah. Woo! Okay. Yeah. So, my parents are huge Downton Abbey fans, and so
this is my mom.
At the beginning of this summer, they were like, Josh, you're going to watch Downton Abbey with us. And I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. And so they started showing me Downton Abbey, and I fell in love with it very quickly. So I watched through all 6 seasons of Downton Abbey over the span of a couple months. I finished it like literally a couple days ago, and then saw the movie this afternoon. And so...
You're coming at us fresh.
Very fresh. And I'm not quite sure exactly how to review this, because I can only review it as a fan of the show. But then again, I feel like the only people who are going to see this movie are fans of the show.
Yeah.
And one of the things that impressed me was, since I just finished the show so recently, it really impressed me how well they focused on continuity within the show.
Yeah.
And how they very much... It feels like this could have easily been made right after the end of season 6. It's that well done with continuity and how it focuses on that. It feels like an episode of the show, but just really long. And that's also kind of the problem with it. It doesn't... The thing is, Downton Abbey has like 16,000 characters in it. So... And for the most part, they actually managed to balance the storylines of these characters pretty well, because they somehow managed to give like each character their own storyline. And it surprised me how they actually...
Did that?
Yeah, how they managed to give each one a decent amount of screen time to allow the characters... like, their time to shine.
Yeah.
But because of that, none of the storylines have extremely high stakes because they don't have the time to establish those extremely high stakes. And most of the subplots end up just being like cute little subplots, and I'm like, oh, okay, look at Mosley doing that cute thing, and oh, look at Thomas finally getting a gay storyline, because he's gay, but they like never talk about it in the show very much. But yeah, I don't think he talks to a single other gay person in the show except one episode. But other storylines, like the main character of the show, well, one of the main characters, Mary Crawley, played by the amazing Michelle Dockery. She,
I like her.
It's mentioned like 2/3 into the movie that she's thinking about leaving Downton and having the family leave Downton because the world is changing, and maybe Downton isn't what's right for them anymore, which they kind of explored in season 6, but the way that they treat those scenes where they talk about it, it's like they definitely treat it like that is the core of what this movie is about like keeping tradition alive and keeping your family there, because but they don't like they only spend like 2 scenes talking about it, and so if that's like the heart of the movie, then
there's nothing there.
Focus on it more. But I feel like they could have tweaked things better. But overall, I think they did a really good job for a Downton Abbey movie. Yeah, like this is definitely going to satisfy fans, and since fans are pretty much the only people that are going to see it, it's a fun time. Also, Maggie Smith continues to be the greatest actress who has ever lived, and she is just phenomenal. I'm gonna give this a 7.
7?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't really know if it deserves a 7 or not, but as a fan of the show, I just thought it was delightful.
Does it add stuff necessary to the story?
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
Season 6, like, the end?
Season 6 was meant to be the end, but they kind of left some things open-ended, and I like that when TV shows do that, because it just feels like there's a world that exists outside of the show. But they added in characters to the movie, and they managed to actually fit in surprisingly well, and their storylines felt just as important as the storylines of the characters that we've seen for years. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
So if you're a fan of Downton Abbey, go see the movie. I don't know why you wouldn't be seeing the movie
right now. It's making a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
It kicked Ad Astra's butt at the box office.
And Rambo: Last Blood.
I did not see that.
I'm not seeing that shit. sorry, Sly, but
alrighty. 7 out of 10 for Downton Abbey.
7 out of 10.
So let's transition our way into the Nightingale.
Oh boy.
Yay! We're finally at the double reviews.
Yeah. All right.
Where we can talk with each other.
We are 25 minutes in, and we.
Oh my goodness!
Really?
We have 3 movies left.
Oh my
wow!
God. It's gonna be a little boy.
Yeah.
Well, I think it really depends on how long we talk about it. Chapter 2.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I think we'll make it under an hour. Honestly.
Probably. Yeah,
Ooh.
at this rate.
Yeah.
Is that like a goal or a prediction?
That's a prediction.
Okay.
I think, it's okay if we don't.
That'd be interesting if we went from having the longest podcast we've ever had last month to the shortest one ever this month.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. So
the Nightingale.
The Nightingale.
Yes. All right. I guess I'll do the little plot synopsis, I guess.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Nightingale, directed by Jennifer Kent. It's her second feature film after The Babadook. And it's set in 1825, and it follows this Irish convict immigrant girl, and she's been held captive by these British fuckwit goons, and they're like, okay, we'll give you your freedom after 7 years, and then 7 years has happened. She also is married and has a child, and she goes to the guy, her name's Claire, and she goes to the lead captain guy, or the lieutenant, excuse me. And it's like, yo, Hawkins, it's 7 months, it's 7 years, bro, give me my papers. And he's like, you're my property, bitch, I'll do with you what I want. And then he slaps her, and then he rapes her, and it's horrifying.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she goes back to her place, and she's like, hey, something happened, he won't give me my freedom. And the husband's like, well, I'm gonna go teach this fucker a lesson. And then they get in a little scuffle, and then there's a general there, and he's like, oh, if you're gonna get beat up by this random worker, how are you gonna have the strength to be a captain? I can't do it. I cannot promote you. Then he's like, well, I'm gonna ride to Launceston myself. And the captain's like, fine, do it, it'll take you a while. So then he goes in there, and he's like, boys, we're gonna ride to Launceston. And the one guy's like, I think that's going to be dangerous. And he's like, of course it's going to be dangerous, you fat-headed lobcock.
Which is probably the best line in any movie all year.
That's the best line in the movie. Yeah, and then the guy gets really scared, and he's like, but boys, first we have to make a little stop, a little side quest. So they go to where Claire is, and they just fuck some shit up. And it's the most horrifying scene I've seen all year in anything.
Oh my gosh, it's horrific.
It's horrific. So then after that, she's like, bitch, I'm going to kill some fucking British white fuckers. So she loads up and gets her horse, and then she meets this black tracker named Billy, and they go out to try and find the people, and they both actually, come to find out later, they both have reasons for wanting revenge against these people. And then it turns into hunt them down revenge movie, and it's fucking amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so good.
I don't even know how to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those types of movies where you just kind of have to watch it to realize how profound it is and how impactful it can be.
Yeah.
It can't really properly be described to how amazing it is. And see, okay, I didn't get to write any notes for any movies this month, and this is the one I regret the most, because the feelings it gave me are feelings that I cannot convey with words off the top of my head, and I wish I had time to write them down.
It made me sick to my stomach numerous times.
Oh yeah, me too. This is the type of movie where as the credits started rolling, I kind of just sat there and processed it.
Yeah. It's heavy.
And I think one of the things I love most about it is that it's not just a revenge movie. Because obviously horrible things happen to her and she rightfully wants to get revenge.
Yeah.
But as it gets closer to her actually getting revenge, that's when the movie takes a really different turn that I was not expecting. Because should we spoil the ending? I don't know if I want to, because even though we have spoilers in this, I feel
it's up to you. If you don't want us to, I don't have to.
No, it's not just for Paul's sake, because I feel also the viewers, I don't want to tell them what happens.
Right. I mean, it's,
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Paul, but...
It's about the audience.
But yeah, it's more about her just getting revenge.
Like how they change it up where it's just her doing the thing.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and the performances.
I don't know how I feel about that. But
you don't?
Yeah.
You wish it had been more of just revenge?
Well, I mean, the movie is pretty long. It's like 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Right.
And I feel like it's a revenge movie, and if you're going to put us through that much fucking torture, I would have liked her to have, actually...
okay. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, what I want to happen still pretty much happens. But
right,
it's kind of because another storyline's like, hey, I'm taking lead now, and I'm like, I don't really know how I feel about that, but...
I liked that happened.
Yeah.
Because this is so weird talking about this without actually saying what's happening.
I mean, the scene is fantastic where Billy, Yeah.
Where all the hijinks ensue.
Yeah. It's oh my god.
I feel like we haven't said that enough this review.
Yeah, no.
But I liked that it was daring enough to be unpredictable.
Yeah. No, the scenes are great. I'm just kind of after what happened to her, I just kind of wanted,
Right.
But that's just me. It still ends perfect and amazing, and
And this movie is also very gruesome, but
incredibly gruesome.
Yeah, and I think the gruesomeness has even more of an impact than most movies because the movie is so grounded in reality in terms of how it's presented, and so it just feels gross.
Yeah,
not just the gore, but just the feeling you get when watching the people doing it.
Yeah,
like just these white male fuckers that just want to just. God, I mean, I hated them so much.
Rape and pillage as they go through the forest. And it's just so fucking
who
bad.
just think that they are the top dogs of the world and that they can do whatever the hell they want.
They can do no wrong.
But then again, Sam Claflin is absolutely amazing in this movie.
Sam Claflin, I think it's like Aisling Franciosi.
Who's the main girl.
The main girl. And then the guy's name's like Bakali Ganumbar.
Who played Billy.
Billy. They are all just, oh my god.
All of them are Oscar-worthy.
Oh my god. And Damon Harriman, the guy who played Roose, that other soldier.
Oh yeah.
He was great too.
I think the guy who played Billy, I can't remember his name from what you said, but I think he gives the best male supporting performance of the year so far.
God, he's so... Better than Sam Claflin? Or he was...
I think they're both great. It's like a toss-up, but I'd have to give him the upper hand.
I want Sam Claflin and Aisling Franciosi to get nominated for stuff, but I don't think they will because this has lurid content and the Academy's fucking prudes, so...
Ooh.
Prudes.
And
prudes. And that's my rant on the Academy. But... but yeah, it's just, oh my god, it's the acting is... and the directing.
Delicious.
It's just, it's so good.
The cinematography, the look of it is just so...
great. It's got that, kind of boxy aspect ratio to it, which I think really works in its favor.
Yeah, and it's just, it's so muted. Mm-hmm. But...
There's barely any music.
Yeah.
Which is a thing that can be dangerous, but I think it works.
Oh, and the sound as well. The sound is incredible.
So good, yeah. Another thing I really like, this is kind of like a story thing, it's like, just because she's the victim, she's not without faults.
Yes.
Her, stuff, she's still, incredibly, in the beginning, very racist towards Billy.
Yeah.
And, the more they're together, the more they learn about each other, and the more they both evolve and change, which I really liked that. Mm-hmm. That was cool because usually it's just hey, she's the victim, she can do no wrong, and then Jennifer Kendra's well, she's actually a human, so
God, the more I think about it, the more I've decided to bump my rating up. Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Should we go to ratings?
You want to go to ratings?
Let's go to ratings.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Mine was an 8, and I can't remember why it was an 8. I'm bumping it up to a 9.
9?
Yeah.
It is a 9 for me as well, and it is my favorite movie of the year so far.
Hey!
Yeah. Bumped out us.
Yeah. Oh, and also, that is the very first movie we have ever reviewed on this podcast that has gotten a 9 from more than one person.
Yeah.
So, I think that makes it officially our highest rated movie of the year.
Hell yeah.
It is the one to beat.
The one to beat. And it should be.
All right.
All right.
So we're moving on?
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
You ready?
To talk
Go
about.
to the stars with Ad Astra.
Yay!
Boring Space, the movie, right?
Yeah, when I went into this movie, based on the trailers,
Oh, it looked so good.
I was really excited. I was like, I
am a sucker for space movies.
Me too. I was like, I'm excited that we're gonna get a space movie. I'm excited for a new space movie.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was so close. I know.
The Disney acquisition kind of fucked it over because the higher ups were like, reshoot the ending to make it more understandable. Thank you. And then the director was like, what?
I don't know. Oh, anyway.
But there's a lot of like this production on this movie
It's
is
just
shit. It finished shooting in 2017.
What?
Yes, and they've been doing reshoots and reworks and like all this stuff. It's like I can't crack it. I'm like, well then maybe it shouldn't have been made if you couldn't crack it.
Yeah.
Let's break down the story.
All right. I can, or you want to?
I can take it. I can take it. So basically, we got Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Roy McBride.
Yeah, Roy McBride, who is the son of a bitch.
Clifford McBride.
Oh, and this is in the future.
Yes, this is in the future.
A time of hope and conflict.
Yeah, it starts with whatever. It stars Brad Pitt, who's the son of a really popular, or like this heroic figure in the in Space Command.
Yeah, Space Com.
Yeah, Space Com. And so he something happens where like there's a bunch of pulses coming from Neptune.
The Surge.
And Space Command is like, listen
here,
listen, Brad, we're gonna send you into space because we think your dad is still alive. We're gonna send you to Mars so you can give him a message.
And Brad's like, yes, sir.
Brad's like, okay.
And they think his dad is like the cause of the.
Yeah, they think his dad is the cause of the
surge,
the EMPs.
The surge.
Coming from Neptune.
Yeah, so he goes and hijinks ensues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this movie has so many ideas and some stuff that is just so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the story is just kind of lacking.
I think, personally, I think it should at least be nominated for Best Sound Design. I mean,
it is pretty great.
Or
the sound design,
or
cinematography.
The cinematography is great.
Visual effects,
I mean, the cinematography is great, but I think the sound design was just like, holy shoot!
Yeah,
this is a good. Wow, it fucking sank me in. But like, cinematography was beautiful. Yeah. Performances
Directing's
were pretty good.
Yeah. You didn't like Brad Pitt?
No, not really. But I mean, my biggest problem is that I think the script is so bad.
I think the script is awful. Yeah.
I
don't know if I want to say it's awful, but it's definitely needs some touch-ups.
I mean,
there is a solid foundation with this script to make a great movie.
Well, I agree.
I agree, but I just can't think of parts of the script that I was like, yeah, I like that.
Well, because I think
there wasn't any particular things you liked.
Not really.
Really?
I mean,
I loved the whole like moon.
Well, that was great, but like if you cut it out of the movie, there's literally nothing.
The space pirate scene.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing on the moon is pretty interesting, I thought. But
what?
Well, just kind of how like the moon has just become
pirates?
basic. No, like just like how the moon has basically just become like Earth.
Well, yeah,
and
but
there was all the stuff up there. I just thought that was interesting.
I mean, yeah, but like that's stuff we've seen before, and like I don't know. I was like, this isn't. I was like, yeah, that's a cool idea. They don't do anything with it.
Space pirates.
They have space pirates, but you could cut that out of the script, and it
same with the monkey, the space monkey.
Oh my gosh, the space monkey,
the space le monk.
The monkey is just fucking up people in space. Yeah. I guess he killed the crew too. I guess that's meant to be implied.
For context, basically they're going to Mars,
and we have a side quest,
and there's a side quest where
it's save the ship.
There's a
It very much feels like a side quest.
Yeah, where it's just like, save the
ship. All right, yeah, I got time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got time. I need to level up.
Yeah, I got time while people are just dying.
I need more. Yeah, I need more experience.
Let's
go. But yeah. So basically, they go to the ship, and Brad and
Tanner.
and Captain Tanner come on, and there's this monkey that's on.
There's two.
There's two monkeys.
Yeah.
One's dead. I think.
Yeah. Well, no, one Brad caps.
That's right.
Immediately, and then the other one gets turned into jail.
Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, there's a couple of monkeys.
Yeah.
And they I guess ate the entire.
I guess they killed the crew, and then they fucking maul Tanner to death.
And then they eat Tanner's face.
Yeah, it's like, Tanner. And you just see him like shaking.
I thought it was a pretty good reveal.
It was kind of. I was like, whoa,
yeah.
shit.
I was like, what the?
Yeah, and then I saw the monkey, and I was like, that just took all the tension away that I had.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I thought it was so stupid. I was like, really? It didn't really fit with the movie, I thought. I was like,
well, it did, because you could cut the thing out, and it makes no difference.
Yeah, and then Brad Pitt shoots one monkey, and then like depressurizes the cabin and blows the other one up. But when he gets Tanner out there, he's like, "Don't worry, Captain, I got you." And he starts duct taping his face. It's like, dude, his fucking nose is ripped off, and his hand is gone.
He is dead.
He's fucked dead.
I do not understand.
Yeah. So then they get him back on the ship, and then the crew's like, "Yep, he is dead." Like, no shit.
Yeah, no
so they just throw his body out into space, and they make it to Mars. But the new captain is like, "Oh, I'm a little bitch boy. I can't fly the ship."
The captain is the new captain. I mean, they set up that he was a scaredy.
Yeah. How did he get in that position?
How did he if we're supposed to assume that Space Command is basically a branch of like the military?
Yes. How in the fuck is he where he's at?
Yeah.
If he can't land a fucking spacecraft.
I think you have to go. I mean, they go through rigorous like psychological tests that you see so many goddamn times in the movie.
Yes.
How did he pass any of them?
He needs to go to a comfort room on Mars.
Yeah. Also, there's so much narration in this movie.
Oh my god, I was gonna talk about that because
hated that.
Well, because I feel like it breaks
so bad.
It breaks the number one rule of script writing, which is don't have the character say exactly how they feel all the time.
It's just constantly.
There's some of it I was kind of okay with because at least it gave us a bit of a glimpse into Brad's character. But then again, there's some of it that just when it comes in, it's just like. Especially on the moon scene.
Yeah.
It's like, here we go again. Fighting over resources.
And then
I'm like, shut up. Don't
it just made his character so not compelling to me.
It's just... Well, he already isn't that compelling to begin with, but...
but still, it's just...
But I don't blame that on Brad Pitt. I blame that on...
And then with, like, the whole framing device of it being in a psychological evaluation, I was like, this isn't necessary. I don't...
You have passed your psychological evaluation.
Yeah. I don't...
Well, then they get to Mars, right?
Yeah, they get to Mars, and he sends a message.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Thank you, but you're not going to do it anymore." And he's like, "He answered me, didn't he?"
And then he's like, "I'm going to break onto the ship and go to Neptune."
Yeah, well, no, because the one chick, played by Ruth Negga, has a very unfortunate last name. She's a great actress.
She was good.
From Preacher fame.
I didn't realize that was her name.
Yeah, Ruth Negga.
It feels dicey.
I know. So, yeah, she comes in and I was like, oh, wow, this is kind of an interesting character. And for a second I was like, oh, is she going to go with Brad? That'd be cool. You know, because she has a vested interest because fucking Tommy Lee Jones fucking killed the crew and her parents. Because for some reason that scene is hilarious to me. Well, the dialogue of like them like dying is chilling, but like when it cuts to him, he's like, "They came at me with mutinies." He's like, "So I retaliated with an even greater severity, and I turned off their life support." For some reason, that was just hilarious. Just the way he delivered that.
It's Tommy Lee Jones.
And I was like, "All right, Tommy, you killed your crew."
Oh yeah, spoilers. Yeah, so he gets to his dad.
He gets to his dad eventually. Yeah, he goes on the ship with the nuke. We gotta talk about this.
We skipped over. He breaks onto the ship to go to Neptune.
Yeah, well, he crawls in the underwater lakes on
and
Mars.
He accidentally kills the entire crew. And it's the stupidest.
Well, it's not even really his fault. It's like they're the dumb fucks.
They're fucking idiots.
Literally, the thing hasn't done its propulsion yet, where it like blasts off the back, so it's going to be a little bit of a boost. And the fuckers unbuckle and like, "Hey, intruder!"
For you.
And then Brad, calm as he is like, "Guys, I'm not doing anything." And they're like, "Hey, you fuck." So then it goes into propulsion. The black chick's like, "Ah!" and smashes.
Like,
yes, her face just smashes on the glass. And then I think his name's like Rashida. they get in like a little scuffle, and then Brad stabs him like a little bit, not enough to kill him, but just like a little stab. And he's like, and then the fucking bitch boy captain shoots some sort of poison gas, and then Rashida's like, and then Brad goes over there and he's like, breathe, Captain. And then like literally 1 second before that, the captain was fine, but then as soon as he puts the oxygen mask on, the captain's just like fucking dead.
Yeah, like they're basically like like two.
And then Brad's like, Spacecom, I regret to inform you that the entire crew is fucking dead now. Let me shoot all their bodies out into space.
Bunch of fucking dumbass.
Like, they got themselves killed. I do not blame Brad for that at all. I don't either. You are fucking astronauts. You should know to not be going around the cabin.
Military scientists, astronauts that just killed themselves.
Idiots.
Should the Golden Globes treat Ad Astra the way they treated The Martian and nominate it for the best comedy of 2019?
Honestly,
I think so. Honestly,
oh my god,
it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, they get to Neptune.
Yeah.
And Tommy, they have this like
he comes in with the nuke.
Yeah,
and then it's just like, Roy, is that you, Dad?
They have this one of the most boring conversations.
It's like, I never cared about you or your mom, Roy. I know, Dad. Yeah, come with me, Dad. It's like, no. I have work to do.
And he's like, no. And he's like, come with me.
Come with me. And he's like, all right, Roy.
And then he goes, and then he's like, I'm not going, Roy.
Yeah, and he like blasts back, and then he's like, Dad, what are you doing? And then they're like fighting, and then he's like, let me go, Roy. And then Brad's like, eventually like does like let him go, and then Brad's like, no, Father.
They had a bunch of these like wide angle shots too, of
them like fondling each other,
of them like spinning in space, and I was like, this is like, yikes.
Yeah, so then like he's like, let me go, Roy. Yeah, and then he lets him go. Which, I mean,
because it's symbolism.
Which it could be. I mean, there is a possible interpretation out there that his dad wasn't even really there. You know, and like, that's like something that I've thought of.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Because it's like, let go of your dad type thing.
I mean,
that could be there.
Right, I mean, that whatever.
That could be there. That's fine.
Symbolism, but it was a fucking boring scene.
It was okay, I mean, for the payoff of the movie, it was kind of like,
and then he like flings himself, like he takes a panel off the ship and flings himself through the ring of Neptune.
Pretty dumb.
And back to his regular
My grandpa loved this movie, and I was like, anything you didn't like? He was like, I didn't like the slingshot with Brad.
I was like, that was probably
That's the only thing that you didn't like?
I was like, that was probably the stupidest thing.
It was pretty, it got very sci-fi-ish there. It was pretty realistic.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, nope.
To what I know,
we're flying through an asteroid field with
fucking flies through the ring of Neptune,
and then fucking just domes into his ship and doesn't break anything.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Then he gets back,
and then he's like, "Hello, Spacecom. I will use the propulsion from the nuke to blast back to Earth." So then he goes back to Earth with a newfound
passion for not work,
getting back with Liv Tyler,
and that's how it ends.
Is completely cut out of the movie.
Oh yeah, he has a wife.
It's a it's a subplot that needs to be in there.
Because it's his character arc.
Yes,
that's the character arc.
They want to care about people,
and they're just like,
but the structure of this movie baffles me because like in the fucking trailers, there's a scene of him in a hospital bed, right? And it's after he survives the surge thing, and then his wife comes in, and she's like, "Hey, they're calling this the surge. Stuff happened." Where in the fuck was that in the movie? Where was all the stuff with him and his wife? There's like a character, an actor that they cast in the movie that mysteriously isn't in the movie anymore. Like, it's just, what the hell happened?
I don't know, dude.
And like, there's a lot of parts of it that I like, so I didn't hate it, but it's just like, there's so many like missed opportunities. I'm just like, what happened, man?
And the critics just love this movie.
I know.
Yeah, that surprised me.
I think it's like just a little bit better than mediocre.
80% on Metacritic.
Yeah.
80% on Rotten
And all these people, all these like directors and stuff on Twitter are like, one of the best movies of the last 10 years. And I'm like, what the fuck did you watch? Did you get to see like the final cut of it? Or like,
am I like, did I miss something?
I know.
Did I see a different cut?
I know.
Like, this movie is trying to be 2001: A Space Odyssey, I think. Yeah. And so just go and watch 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah. Or
that
Interstellar.
movie,
or Interstellar. Yeah, I mean,
well, 2001: A
poor
Space
man's
Odyssey
Interstellar.
has monkeys, so
Yeah.
like Ad Astra.
Let me go, Roy.
let me go, Roy.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway,
Anyway.
Yeah.
There's also a part
let's
with
go to ratings. What?
there's one more part I want to talk about. So Donald Sutherland is in the movie, and he's like, "Hey, Roy, I'm gonna go with you to Mars to keep track of you." And then they get attacked by the moon pirates, and he's like, "Ah, my chest! Take the message.
Take this flash drive.
Take this flash drive, Roy.
I'm done with the movie.
I'm done. See ya.
I'm offset.
I
See you
filmed
later.
my 2 days." Like, guys, can we get Donald, please? Can we need him? He's very busy nowadays. He's not.
He's not.
God.
Yeah.
He answered me, didn't he?
Let's go to ratings.
Yeah.
Cam, what do you got?
I am going to give this a 6. Mainly because I think a lot of the technical aspects are great.
Yeah.
I did like Brad Pitt's performance a lot. I think the directing's pretty good. And there's a lot of sequences and a lot of ideas and stuff that I really, really like. But it's just held down for me from a lot of the inconsistent, bland writing that comes up. Mm-hmm. And that's what really holds it back.
Josh?
I don't know. I'm tempted to say 4.
Ooh.
I don't know, because I'm really debating between a 5 and a 4.
Yeah.
Because the technical aspects are so good, but do they overshadow the bad story stuff?
Let me go, Roy.
Maybe I will give it a 5, because literally half of the story aspect of the movie is bad, but the visual aspect is good, and so it's kind of a half and half. So I'll go with 5 then.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with 5, because just the bad elements and the good elements cancel each other out pretty well.
For the most part.
So, like, if it was on TV, I'd probably watch it.
I don't know if I ever want to watch it again.
Well, like, I'd watch it if I was,
saw
like,
it a second time, and it was
if I was, like...
the pain.
If I was, like, doing something else,
Yeah.
and it was in the background...
Yeah, like if I needed
I'd
to
watch
type a
it.
paper or
Yeah.
do some science homework or
So I'd
something.
be like...
So
Yeah.
like, yeah. Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this part. Okay, cool.
Alright, cool. Back to work.
No, yeah, I feel that.
So yeah, I give it a 5 as well. So that's
So that makes
Ad-
the total a 5.3 for Ad
Alright.
Astra.
5.
Alright, Brad.
All right, and now to the
grand finale.
grand finale.
Yay.
Of
What are we at?
It Chapter 2.
Chapter 2, the big boy, the big
The
one.
Yeah.
big boy.
Alright.
I mean,
Probably
it
the
came out
biggest movie to come out this month.
even though it came out at the beginning of the month,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still probably the biggest movie of the month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Alright, so It Chapter 2. It is the sequel to 2017's It. And it's 27 years later, and it follows all of our Losers Club characters. And Mike, the guy, the black kid in the first one who got no fucking development, fuck you, he stayed behind and became like the librarian and like studied shit because he was trying to like, if he comes back, we gotta know how to beat him. And then there's an opening scene with just the most cliche homophobic fuckers that beat up this gay couple. That's just really stupid. Like, it's really dumb.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's in the book, but I don't.
But it is executed so poorly.
I don't think it should. Yeah, I when I saw that, I was like, I don't know why this is in this.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess it's a new perspective of like the like lovely couple that gets killed. I mean, because they're cute together, but like,
I guess, but
I mean,
but
like,
it's different than like a guy and a girl. But it's just like the whole fucking homophobes are just so beat them up because they're gay. Yeah, it's just like it's so boring. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
yeah.
So that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth when it started, and I was like, oh, God, please get better. Luckily, at least for me, I think it does. But then Mike's like, hey, boys and girl.
And token female character.
And token female character. Y'all gotta come back, because Pennywise is fucking some shit up again. They're like, all right,
token black character.
all right, token black character who got no development in the first one, but gets a little bit more development in this one, but then they
But not
fucking
really.
ruin his subplot with Henry Bowers, with Richie, because Henry Bowers called Richie out for being gay, and they needed to wrap that up. But I guess being gay outweighs being black and being called racist stuff. All right, so come back to Derry and let's kill this clown. Yeah, sorry, that's one of my biggest gripes. I'm just gonna go to my gripes right now. Okay.
Let's go through the plots. The
plots.
Well, I mean,
I think I basically did, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, they calls them, come back to Derry, let's kill the fucking clown.
Yeah,
right, let's get into it.
Yeah, and then hijinks ensue.
Here's my fucking problems with this movie, and I'm gonna preface this. Overall, I liked this movie quite a bit, and I liked it a lot more than the first one, and that's just me. Yeah, because I have so many fucking problems with the first one, but like in this one, my big issue is Henry Bowers' his subplot is fucking rancid.
It's pretty bad.
It is so pointless. There's no point. It's really hokey and corny. His dead zombie friends driving him around. Sorry. His dead zombie friends fucking driving him around in his car.
I like that.
You did?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I don't know if I liked it.
Yeah, it was just really... It just goes nowhere. Yeah. I mean, he stabs Eddie in the mouth, which, I mean, it kind of lends itself to a funny gag, but, like... then he, like, jumps out the window and pulls the knife out of his chest and is perfectly fine after Eddie stabbed him, which I'm like, okay... Yeah. And then he goes to the library, and this is the part that really pissed me off. He goes to attack Mike, right? And in the first movie, Mike and Henry actually have like a built-in conflict to where it's like, hey, you black kid, get out of my town, you know? And it's like the whole, like, there's an actual basis for them, and then Mike is the one in the first one who beats Henry, you know? And he should have honestly just died there. I don't know how he didn't.
With his kind of sort of like character arc.
Yeah, with his character arc, that his little smidge of a character arc that
kind of sort of character
that they gave him. I mean, at least it was more than Stanley.
Yeah,
you know. I'll get to that. Yeah, so he's at the library and a book falls over, and then he picks it up, and then Henry's like runs at him, and then like Mike actually like fucking like redirects him and just fucking throws his ass onto like a table, and I was like, ooh yeah, go Mike. Because honestly, size difference alone, Mike would beat that fucker's ass. You know, he's like a little scrawny dumb fuck. But like, then he's on top of Mike and he's like, do you hear your family crisping like fried chicken? And I was like, wow. And he goes to stab him, and then Richie hits him in the head with the axe. That there's just an obligatory shot in the beginning when James McAvoy goes in there. It's like, oh, look at that axe. Yeah. That'll be important later. Yeah, and so then Richie kills him because now Richie has a subplot. Well, Richie's gay in this one now, which is cool. It's fine. But it's not really set up at all in the first one, which is okay, I guess. It doesn't really bother me that much because it's pretty cute and sweet.
Yeah, but it feels kind of lazy to me. Like you said, I have no problem with Richie being gay, but it just felt very much like it was tacked on for this movie.
I agree.
And a bunch of people have been trying to defend it by saying, like, no, Stephen King intended for it to be that way in the book all along.
But why didn't he write it?
Is he trying to fucking J.K. Rowling his book?
I think so.
Why didn't he write it like
my
that,
sister
then?
told me that she read an article about how it was actually in the book. But
I don't think it is in the book.
But it's not. I don't think. It's apparently implied in the book, but nobody actually got it until now, I guess.
But when implying the whole...
He also has an orgy with fucking...
Yes, but that whole implying the gay thing really bothers me.
Yeah.
It's the whole... What's the term I think they call it? Like
gay
queer baiting?
Queer baiting. Yeah.
They Hollywood does this shit all the time, and for this movie, I'll give it credit. They actually kind of lean into it more than most do.
Yeah, where they actually say he is gay.
Yes, it's not just one scene like in fucking Power Rangers where she's like, I'm having girlfriend issues. It's like first lesbian superhero. It's like fuck off, just But yeah, that's not really the point. But yeah, it's just. I mean, I'm fine with. I'm okay with the whole thing of him being gay, but it is very just like, oh, okay. I guess there is a bit of an inconsistency because in the first one his fear is clowns, but in this one his fear is being outed as gay.
I guess.
Or maybe he didn't fully know he was gay in the first one.
I guess.
But he did because he was flirting with that boy at the arcade.
Yeah,
and he was
Bauer's cousin.
And he liked Eddie.
Yeah. Yeah, so he did know.
You trying to bone my little cousin?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't feel like we need to talk about it that much. It's not... Yeah.
All right.
Talk about what the Richie stuff?
Yeah.
I just I think the whole movie was just a structural mess.
Really?
Yeah.
I get that criticism totally.
I was just like, so it just felt like let's go
It's
to
very long.
It's very long.
Very long.
And it feels very long.
And it's just so like repetitive. It's just like, let's go to this character.
Face your fear. Face your fear. Face your fear. Face your fear. Face your fear.
Over and over again, and it doesn't feel different. It doesn't feel.
Yeah.
It's not intense
Go ahead.
at all to me.
I liked him for the most part.
I think I liked the part where it, towards the climax where it got like really visually like whoa, but like
they went down to the place.
Yeah,
I loved it.
fun.
I loved
the third act.
Yeah, the third act's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But just the second act, I was like, oh my god,
It's a very like.
like
It could have been severely cut down.
Yeah, it was just like.
And I even like most of it.
This character. It's just so repetitive and the same, and like I don't know. Like I feel. I was just annoyed how it felt like some of the characters just didn't change since they've been kids.
Like who?
Like Eddie. Eddie did not change at all.
Not really, no.
Which I find so frustrating. I'm like,
you don't think some people say the same?
Yeah, but like not like that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not that age, so I don't know if I can really.
His fears hasn't developed into being an adult adult fears.
I guess Richie's has then, yeah.
Like, I mean, I think most of the characters have.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess excluding Beverly, but that's something that's like more of like childhood.
Well, that's
trauma.
childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Because your fucking dad's a.
Whereas Eddie's is just like he's a germaphobe and like
and he's a little pussy.
Yeah, and that doesn't change. And
which is that? I mean, that's not really that.
It's annoying to me because like it just makes him so much less interesting. It just feels like I'm watching the same character go through the same character arc. And that I just watched.
Yeah.
And it's so, not to mention, I think the actor who performs as him is just so cartoony.
You didn't like him?
No, I thought.
Well, I thought he was accurate to the performance of Jack Dylan Grazer from the first one.
But like,
and I thought that was impressive, but
he was
support
a kid.
of what you're saying. Yeah.
But it was a kid back then, and now he's an adult.
Yeah.
And it just.
You didn't like his manic energy, Paul?
I mean, it was manic, but I feel like you're supposed to be just laughing at him all the time.
He's a manic pixie dream girl.
Yeah, I just couldn't take him seriously. I just couldn't take him seriously. I was like at any part, like any sort of success that he had, I was like, all right.
Oh, did you notice that the character who played his wife was the same actress that played his mom in the first one?
Well, that's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, his opening scene was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Myra?
Like, I think his opening scene was great because it felt like he was still the same character, but different
a little bit.
But then when he went back to Derry, he was just like...
Well, but he's feeling his childhood scares again, Paul.
I guess. I don't know. I was just so...
No. I thought all the older losers actors did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they all did very good.
Poor Stanley.
Well, I mean, that's just in the book, so I mean, what can you do?
I know, but like...
in the end,
that's just the thing that bothered me about the first one is since he didn't have any character arc in the first one.
I was like, well, he's gonna die.
Now he's dead. I'm like, so after that movie, I was like, well, that's it for him.
Looking at it, I'm kind of like, you don't even really need to give him anything because
give him something.
You need to give him something.
He just feels like.
But I understand prioritizing the other people. Because he really is just going to kill himself, and then...
But no, I mean, he's still a character in a movie that needs to have some sort of growth throughout it.
That's true, but he doesn't really have anything. And it's just
in the second one, no.
No, it's just like, why is he even a character?
Well, because, I don't know.
Because he wants to kill himself, and then they'll spin it positively, which I was like...
Yeah, at the end they try and make it seem like a good thing that he killed himself.
Yeah.
Even, well...
From what I've read, like, summaries of the book, that's in the book.
But that is something I feel like they could have easily cut.
It felt a little odd.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like, I mean, it's kind of emotional.
Yeah, but they made... It's just the fact that they made it seem like, oh, he was actually sacrificing himself for the good of...
Which, I mean, I guess is true, but, like... I mean, I don't think he was any more scared than Eddie was.
Yeah, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, my thing is, I think a lot of people a lot of people in the world who commit suicide genuinely think that the world would be a better place without them.
And that's kind of what this movie was.
I guess that's what it was trying to go for.
And I mean, I don't think they were implying it in that way, but like, putting that positive spin on it could put the wrong idea in someone's mind.
You guys were better off without me.
Yeah.
And that's what he was trying to say. I was like, that was fucking awful.
I was like, okay, well.
And, like...
They tried to make it... Well, in the book, it's more horrifying. Right. Like, he, kills himself and then, scribes it on the wall.
Right, yeah, he's like...
Yeah. Which it's more... And then he's just like, oh, yeah, I couldn't take it, so I killed myself. But they don't try and spin it positively. Mm-hmm. Which I kind of give them props for trying to make it a somewhat happier thing than just, wrist slit and I'm dead. I kind of give them props for at least trying to do something thematic with it, but it just comes off as a little bit odd.
Also, if I guess this is just... If they could just get Stanley's trinket, why did they need to go alone to get their own trinkets?
You have to go alone.
But Stanley didn't.
Because the Ritual of Chun says so. Okay?
But Stanley didn't have to.
Well, the Ritual of Chun said... Well, Stanley's dead, so he's out of the picture.
So it's okay, you can... Whatever.
The Ritual of Chun says so, Paul.
Sorry, I didn't read Ritual of Chun subsection A.
No? Did you go out into the woods and get drugged by the Native Americans?
And then... I
don't think so.
That's...
Also, how
also, that part I hated.
How Mike was, still their friend.
What do you mean?
He led them into a suicide mission.
Yeah.
He knew it was going to fail.
Well, he thought they failed because they all didn't believe the first time.
But why wouldn't they believe the first time?
Because I don't know. That's because they were too scared.
What?
He thought they didn't believe.
Why wouldn't they believe? If I was doing a ritual for the first time, I mean, I would have no idea if it worked. But
I probably wouldn't. The first time I was doing it, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. So I'd probably end up fucking it up.
I disagree. I mean, why would they be like, yeah, it's probably not going to work, but let's try it.
They're like, I don't know. They're just like, I don't know. They all got killed.
Let's just go into the fucking den of the clown or whatever it was back then.
Yeah, with the deadlights.
The deadlights. Yeah. Also, I don't know.
The lot you didn't like.
Okay. Also,
I didn't like.
Pennywise is...
I liked a lot of it.
It was hilarious.
Okay.
He's great.
Well,
but severely
underused.
Yeah.
Bill Skarsgård is amazing. I think
one or two more
Bill Skarsgård and Bill Hader, both of the Bills, but not the character Bill. The Bill actors are amazing.
They're so Bill Hader and Bill Skarsgård are so good.
But the thing is, one of the reasons I like the first It so much is because you can feel Pennywise's presence throughout the entire movie. Whereas in this movie, he's not only in it less, but I don't feel his presence. I think a lot of it is because since the story is so repetitive, you can kind of tell when he's actually going to show up, as opposed to in the first movie where it's unpredictable whether he will show up or not, and that's why you kind of feel his presence. In this one, he wasn't as threatening to me. I know you were saying, Paul, that you thought this movie was a lot funnier and scarier than the first one.
I think it is.
It had so many funny moments. I thought this movie was way funnier than the first one.
Yeah.
However, it does not work. It does not benefit the scares. I think the scares were scarier.
Yes.
They got me more, but than the first one. The first one I didn't find scary at all.
Same. It was just kind of creepy, but I didn't think it was scary.
Well, I didn't even find it really creepy. I was just kind of...
Not creepy, but
the first one I was just kind of bored.
I was like, this one... Ooh, that's a little odd.
This one, the scares got me. However, since there's so much comedy, I can't really say that the movie was scary.
See, I disagree on both.
There was two scenes that scared
me.
In this one. They legit scared the shit out of me. One, when the fucking old lady came out to get Beverly. That scared the shit out of me. And then one with
really?
Big, I don't know. That just got me. And then Paul Bunyan, that jump scare, that big guy. When he just turns his head and he's just there. I was like, fuck. Yeah. And then there's one at the end with there's one at the end with Pennywise where they shine the light up and then he's just there. He's like, whoop. And I was like,
I think probably one of my favorite scares in it was whenever Henry Bowers had the balloon and was trying to pull it out.
Oh, that was good. Yeah,
I was like that because it was building a lot of tension. It was what the fuck is going to be behind this balloon?
Yeah, that was good.
And I was like, fuck, just pop already.
Yeah,
I thought that was great.
That was good. Yeah,
but I mean, it was a lot. There's a lot more jump scares in this one than
there were quite a few jump scares. Yeah,
and I always find those annoying.
Yeah.
See, I disagree. I thought the first one was a lot scarier and,
I didn't find it
and a lot funnier. Well, I think I found the first one scarier because they were children.
kids.
But see, I don't agree with that because I never felt really tension.
I didn't really.
What do you mean?
I never felt like any of them were gonna die.
Well, just
because like they're kids, so they're not gonna fucking. I mean, they killed Georgie, but I was kind of like, I doubt it.
Well, yeah, the movie did. Okay, I felt tension in the first one because the movie established that children can die in the story. And even though we know that I went into it knowing that they all lived till the second one, that's never stopped me in movies before feeling tension.
In the first one, when they go to the house, that whole sequence is great.
Yeah, that's the main sequence I think of. But I think because the threat is so real for the kids, it freaked me out because you're seeing it from their perspective, but seeing Pennywise from an adult perspective doesn't have the same impact on me. I think it affects the symbolism of facing your childhood fears as an adult. Yeah. But it's just, to me, it wasn't as scary.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought the first one was funnier as well because...
I don't know, this one had me...
Well, I thought Pennywise... Well, I guess what I mean by funnier and scarier, I just thought Pennywise was funnier and scarier.
I thought Bill Hader was funny, too.
I thought Pennywise was so funny in this.
Especially that scene with the little girl.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Hello, Vicky. Is that what they call you, Vicky?
I missed you.
Oh my god, how about Street Fighter?
Oh, so good.
Kiss me, fat boy. Kiss me, fat boy. Nobody wants to kiss the fat boy.
I thought he was so.
He's great.
I was like, wow, he actually feels like a clown. The first one I didn't really feel like he was a clown. This one,
especially in this one,
he feels like a fucking clown. Yeah.
I love
he feels like an actual clown
when he's up on the Paul Bunyan and he just like floats down and everyone's just like dancing. Yeah. Oh, he's like, nobody wants to play with the clown anymore.
He's
like, and everyone always made fun of him because of the way he looked, and he could blow that birthmark right away, and then he bit her fucking head off. I liked that, the whole like Firefly scene. That was nice.
Yeah.
I liked all the old Losers Club stuff. I really liked the third act a lot.
Yeah. The third act is good.
The third act's really good. Eddie's death is sad. I really liked, my favorite part of the third act is Ben and Beverly's thing. I really liked that whole... One, because it looked fucking cool when they were both in that hallway, and then they got shot into like their own like places. Like he was gonna get buried, and she was gonna like drown in like blood and like
their love triangle. I was sick of it.
I found Bill's side of it to be like non-existent.
Bill was like, "All right, bye."
I kissed her.
He's like, "Wait, I kissed her.
We can't let it happen again." James McAvoy was pretty good. I went into it, I was like, I don't know, but I liked him.
I felt like Bill just didn't have much to do in this movie.
Didn't think so?
They had to like give him a kid, or like give him a kid to care about to have.
Well, it was the repeated Georgie thing, I guess.
Well, I guess, but like it just didn't feel like he had, like every character felt like they kind of had a purpose. He was just kind of like, kid, watch out.
Well, and then he was trying to like not let what happened to Georgie happen to another person.
Well, sure, but like it just didn't.
But then he died.
But he also forgot about it.
Yeah,
in the beginning of the movie,
and the kid dies, and it doesn't really change his character.
Well, yeah,
like, I'm angry.
Well, he goes to the place alone, and then they show up, but
it doesn't change anything. I mean, it I don't know. I was
good. Fucking like eats him. I liked that scene. That was nice. I like the directing a lot of the movie. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
I like the scene transitions a lot. I think they're nice.
The scene transitions were... I liked them.
I thought they were cool.
It just repetitive, and I was like, maybe the first two were like cool, but then it happened like 20 more times, and I was
I mean, I thought they were interesting. It's better than just say we're going to another location.
I mean, why?
I don't know, because it blends in seamlessly with the story.
Does it? I thought it did. Every time it feels like it's like we're doing a transition now.
I mean, I thought that was cool. It didn't really bother me. Like
it's kind of like a 50-50 for me, because I think it helped to actually re-engage me in the story by having an interesting transition.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I was more engaged in the story, I wouldn't have liked that because it would have distracted me. But since the movie was kind of boring me to begin with, when I saw the cool transitions, I was like, oh, a transition.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Third act's really good. I like how they kill him a lot.
They bully him to death.
Yeah. I was okay with it. I thought it was cool.
I don't know.
No? What would you have wanted them to do?
I mean, I don't know, but I don't think that was interesting or fun. I was like, they were just like, clown, and he's like, nah.
Well, I feel like it was kind of predictable to the way of like how.
Yeah, but
I feel like so many movies have done that before, where like the bad guy feeds off of fear, and so the way you defeat it is by not being afraid of them.
Yeah, and scare him.
Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what I'm thinking of. That does
scare him to death.
But like
I was okay with that. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. And also
they
figured that out.
A mimic.
In the first, they figured that out in the first movie.
Yeah.
So why'd they forget? Well, I don't know.
Well, they were trying to use the ritual, and then that didn't work. And then they were going to try and get him out, and all things, something the shape they inhabit or whatever. And they were trying to get him out in the house and kill him then, but then they couldn't. And then they were like, "Oh wait, no, let's just tell him he's small." And then
confuses me because like if he has to obey the law of what form he takes, then how come as a clown he can turn his like mouth into like a giant jaw with a like why isn't he just a regular clown?
Because that's when his alien side takes over.
But why if he has to take the form of the if he has to.
Well, I think it means size. That's kind of what
size.
That's what I took.
But it was too vague.
What I took from it was size, but
that's the thing. And like if that's the case, if like he takes whatever form, like if people believe him into being a clown, then why didn't Georgie just see a clown? Why was he able to bite his arm? Because Georgie just thought he was a clown.
Oh, well, I just thought I only took it from a size perspective. I didn't take it from a being perspective, but I don't know.
Well, that's what he said. Because that's what they said. He has to take
the shape of where they inhabit.
He has to. Well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't understand.
And
there were 0 giant turtles. 0 out of 10.
There was a turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the classroom.
Turtle.
No giant turtle.
There wasn't a giant turtle though.
Giant space turtle.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They're
Well, should we go to final ratings?
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess. Yeah.
I'm running out of steam. Do you have anything else to say?
I really liked the visuals a lot. I liked Ben and Beverly's subplot. I thought it was cute. I liked it when they broke out of their both places and saved each other and kissed, and I was like, oh, yay.
Yeah, I was like, this is really cheesy and I shouldn't like this, but I do.
Yeah, I liked it. And I really liked the directing. I loved all the acting. I thought they all did great. I really liked it a lot more than the first one. Even though I do have some problems with it, mainly the Henry Bowers stuff and how they treated Mike again. But other than that, I did really, really enjoy it. So I'm going to give it an 8.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's my rating for the first movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I liked it.
Wow.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, my rating for this one is a 6.
Mine is a 4.
4?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a 5, but...
You think Ad Astra is better than It Chapter 2?
Yeah, I'd rather watch Ad Astra.
Dang, okay.
Ugh, no.
It Chapter 2. It's just so... It was so boring.
I didn't think it was boring.
I got bored in the middle, but I overall had a lot more fun with this movie than Ad Astra.
I did too. I'd rather go back and watch this again.
I'd much rather watch Ad Astra.
Ad Astra's a fucking slog.
Well, that makes the final verdict
Really stuff happens.
for It Chapter 2 a 6 out of 10. So yeah.
Damn. Boof.
Okay.
Boof it.
So should we now read through all of the films that were reviewed this month?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, in 7th place, with a score of 3, The Goldfinch.
Yeah.
In 6th place, with a score...
Please tell me that score isn't true. That's what I was wanting to think.
And it's a vast and insidious conspiracy.
The vast and insidious conspiracy on why the Goldfinch is bad.
In 6th place, with a score of 5.3, Ad Astra.
Yeah.
Tied for 4th place with a score of 6, It Chapter 2 and Judy. In 3rd place with a score of 7, Downton Abbey.
Nice.
And tied for 1st place with a score of 9 is Luce and the Nightingale.
Woo! Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Wow, 2 9s in one month.
That's a good month.
When we've only had 1 9 prior to this month at all. So...
Alrighty, so let's look over what's coming out in October. So we got
my birthday's coming out in October.
Birthday.
Yes.
Is it tomorrow?
It is tomorrow. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So by the time this podcast comes out, I will
20
be...
minutes.
I'll be 20 years old.
You'll join the 20 club with me.
Yeah. Poor Paul, you're still 15.
Little baby. Little baby. So we got coming out first, or what we got coming out is Joker.
Fuck yes, I'm going Thursday and I cannot wait. Todd Phillips, don't let me down and stop talking because your controversies are pissing me off.
So so you're going opening night?
Yeah.
Like despite the threats?
Yeah, I'm not afraid. If I'm gonna get shot, I'm gonna get shot. I'm not gonna let some crazy incel fucks keep me from going to a movie.
Yeah, I'm
good.
Yeah. Then we got Lucy in the Sky.
I can't support it because she doesn't wear a space diaper. That's an actual thing.
Did you guys see the reviews?
It's apparently awful.
Apparently
it's
awful.
And I thought the trailer looked so good.
I thought it looked cool, but I might still see it. I don't know.
The trailer.
I might still go. I don't know.
Everything looked like it looked like they were doing everything right.
I know.
And so I kind of want to see it even more now, just out of intrigue as to why it's bad.
Yeah.
Then we got Low Tide. A24.
Oh, that's
it's like direct
Jaden Martell movie, right?
I probably won't watch it. Yeah, he's in it.
Oh yeah, Jaden Lieber.
Formerly Jaden Lieber.
Jaden Martell, which I mean has a better ring to it.
Yeah. Then we got Wrinkles the Clown.
I have no clue what the fuck that is.
That's actually it, chapter 3.
Yeah,
oh yes,
it's a documentary horror.
Oh right.
Oh,
I think it's I don't know. I was looking at it and I was confused. But anyway, then we got Little Monsters.
No clue what that is.
It's a movie with Lupita Nyong'o. Actually, it's pretty funny. It's coming on Hulu.
Okay.
Gemini Man.
I might see it. I'm kind of curious, but I don't know.
Everyone seems to think that movie's going to get nominated for Oscars, and I really think it's...
What?
No, yeah, if you go on any Oscar predictions website, people have been predicting Gemini Man to get nominated for Best Picture since like the beginning of the year. And I genuinely think it is only because Ang Lee is the director.
Well, that doesn't mean jack shit. Ang Lee has fucked some shit up.
Yeah,
like
but
Hulk.
No, but genuinely,
long halftime walk.
I have been an avid viewer of looking up Oscar predictions a year in advance since like 2013. I've been doing that since like 2013, and really, when people predict the Oscars that early, they pretty much base it entirely on the director. Yeah. And
just because it's Ang Lee doesn't mean it's gonna be good.
Let's see. Yeah. And then we got The Addams Family.
I am so curious.
That looks so bad.
Come on, Paul. It has a Migos song in it.
No.
Totally awesome. I kind of want to see it.
We got The King.
No.
Oh yeah, that's the Timothée Chalamet Netflix movie.
I am so fucking over period pieces and medieval stuff right now.
El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie.
Why the fuck are you a thing? I'm gonna watch it, but like, why do you exist?
Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
I don't think so. I never saw the first one.
I love how angry we are about all of these.
Yeah.
Zombieland, Double Tap.
Yes.
Oh, I still need to see the first Zombieland.
It's so funny.
Okay.
We got Jojo Rabbit.
Yes.
I am so excited for that.
Hopefully it's good.
Also, I'm excited for The Lighthouse.
Yes.
That's my impression of Cameron.
we got Wounds.
It's coming to Hulu. Apparently it's awful. So
Black and Blue.
I've heard about that. It looks okay.
The Last Full Measure.
No clue.
The Current War. That.
Oh, that's the...
Oh, yeah. It's apparently awful.
Really?
Yeah. The trailer was kind of cool.
The trailer, I thought, looked good.
I mean, there's a part in the trailer that's hilarious with Nicholas Holtz playing Tesla. Yeah. And he's like, there's a part where it's like, nothing's ever going to be named Tesla again. He's like, but I built it in my head, and it was perfect.
Then we got Countdown.
That's like some, like, it's a killer app movie.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was Jexy.
No, Jexy's the good phone. It like wants to fuck you and stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We got The Kill Team.
No clue.
I think it's like A24. They're probably gonna like DirecTV. Does it say that?
No.
I heard that it was just. I heard that it was just coming out on demand. So.
And then we got The Gallows Act 2.
No.
Wait, that's a thing?
Well, it's like completely low funded, straight to VOD. Like it's
okay.
I mean, the first Gallows fucking sucks, but like.
Oh wait, Marriage Story's coming out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Okay, awesome. But anyway, all right. So
yeah, so
all right.
No real big heavy hitters next month.
But we are getting close to Oscar season.
Yeah, we're getting
I'm
close.
excited.
There might be a couple next month. That could
I'm excited for The Lighthouse. Maybe
The Lighthouse, maybe Jojo Rabbit, maybe a particular clown could make an appearance at the Academy Awards.
Very true.
Depending on if this bullshit controversy ends.
This vast and insidious conspiracy.
Hate it.
Alrighty, well, Cameron, where can we find you?
You can find me on the gram at CameronRay15.
Josh, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at josh.elliott. Elliott spelled E-L-I-O-T. That is one L and one T.
Yeah.
Even when I explain that to people in great detail, they still forget it. One L and one T.
You can find us at The Film Nerds on Instagram and on Twitter. And you can find me at Leof Garryingford on Instagram. That is Leofgarryingford. Leof Garryingford. So I think that's all for September.
That's it.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Farewell.
Avita,